Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Tuesday, September 1st. We are in September. It is crazy. August flew by. All the sports that we had helped. But tonight I am joined by Gameboy at TCF Gameboy on Twitter and Boomy at Boomy TCF on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLoyaTCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Like us on Facebook. Give us a follow on Instagram if you would, please. And then if you go over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans and subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page for all of our morning show, podcast, candy reviews, we're doing local legends now. We do that we are going to put that in the podcast, but we will be putting that out separately. Also, if you want to check that out, we have Boomy's dad, my uncle, Brian Bloomhurst, on the show this last week as a local legend, our first interview. Part 1. Part 2 will be coming out this next week. They kind of get into the golf, how he has done something crazy this summer in golf. Check them out on our YouTube page, and also you can catch our podcast wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe, rate, review. Go over to Spotify and follow us on there. Shout out to Boomy's uncles, two uncles that like us, our Spreaker page. And then, like I said, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. Just type in Typical Chicago Fans. Hopefully you can find it on there. Boys, we got to get it right here. Beautiful 26 shirts. Chicago, I got the north side on. Boomy's got the Chicago hockey one. It's beautiful. If you want shirts just like these ones, they're made by the artists. They all go to a great cause. Go over to 26shirts.com Chicago. And when you go to checkout, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. That is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout. And you will get 15% off of your purchase at 26shirts.com Chicago. They got shirts, they got a hat, they got flags, so they got all the goodies if you are a big Chicago fan. Like I said, I got mine on. Boomy's got his on. Feels great. Like I said, they're long. That's what you want in shirts. You want the nice longness to it, especially
tight in the arms.
Yeah, especially for me. Got a little chubby lately. So I need something that will fit around the waist and also a little bit of a longer torso. But like I said, go over to 26shirts.com Chicago.
So here's something I want to do, Zach. Anyone who uses our promo code, take a screenshot of your order. You send it to us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Send it to us. And if we get 10 orders by the end of September, I'm going to give away I've got a couple shirts from them. I'm going to give away a free shirt to somebody. I might even, if it's not the right size, I might even just buy you one. So send me your receipt. I'm going to say this
on the air because this is going to be a little crazy. We've been talking about TCF tattoos for a while.
Dude, I actually thought about this.
I don't know if
we're going to have to come up with
We'll have to come up with something, but I was thinking about that.
I drove by a tattoo parlor the other day, and it was the first thing that
came to my mind. The thought, but maybe that would drive more people to want to do it. So, but sorry, Boomy, what were you saying?
No, but I'm gonna personally give away a 26 shirts shirt. If we get 10 orders with the promo code Typical Chicago Fans. So when you submit your order, just send us a screenshot, like you said, Zach, Typical_Chicago on Twitter, Facebook. You can send it to us on there, or DM us on Instagram, or you can even tweet it to me at Boomy TCF. If we do 10, today is September 1st. If we get 10 by October 1st, I'm going to give away a free shirt, and anyone who bought one is going to get entered into we'll do a video probably October 2nd.
But let's
and I'm
say
going
this,
to get
Boomy.
a free shirt.
Let's say this. We want at least 10, but we will do it until October 1st. As many people every 10. Let's see. How should we do this? Because we kind of maybe want maybe more. So every 10 we give away a shirt? Because did you give away one?
We'll talk later, and we'll hammer out the details on tomorrow's show.
Let's get.
I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants over here, but
how do you think we made the podcast here, Boomy?
Valid point.
Okay.
Valid point.
Shout out to 26shirts.com. Go over there, use promo code Typical Chicago Fans, and then send us the receipt. We will be doing like Boomy will be giving away some shirts. We'll be having some fun with it. But speaking of that. Me and Gamer did the first ever Typical Chicago Fans podcast that has never been released because I don't even know where it's at. But that is a little bit of a – we had no idea what we were doing. And
it's gone by the wind, man. It's gone.
Yeah, I
it's
think
lost.
It's somewhere – well, my old computer did just shut down, so I kind of lost I think I lost at least the first few episodes of Typical Chicago Fans. It's somewhere on my MacBook that is not working, but it's on SoundCloud. If you guys
maybe your computer just kept listening to our old episodes and decided just to shut it down. It was like, I'm not listening to this.
Shut it down. But it's a little way the Typical Chicago Fans kind of got started.
There's your history lesson for today.
There's your history lesson, yeah. Great history. A 2-year. Was that 2 years ago?
Oh yeah, almost 2.5 now.
I would say probably close to 3.
Yeah, we're probably. Yeah, late January 2 years ago.
Hot start to the show here. We just kind of getting back.
We're figuring it out.
Well, yeah, I kind of just threw the old tattoo out there, but me and Boomy have been talking about that for a while, and I think that could that could stir up some high numbers.
It's got to be a milestone thing. Like we'll have to hit so many likes on Facebook, so many follows on Twitter, Instagram.
That honestly scares the
that's
shit out of me.
I'm pretty cool. I'm ready to do it, but we'll figure out the parameters.
We will. But let's get into our first subject tonight, boys. Cubs make some moves at the deadline. They got Cameron Maybin. They also got Jose Martinez. They got 2 lefty relief pitchers, Josh Osich and Andrew Chaffin, and
we're gonna work on the names. It's day one with these guys. We'll learn them eventually.
We'll figure it out.
They get some lefties for the bullpen, helps a little bit, and then they got 2. Well, I guess Jose Martinez will probably mostly be used as a DH, and then Maybin will be kind of thrown out there in the outfield. Albert Almora is sent down to South Bend. I don't know if you guys ever were. I kind of was a little bit on his radar with Zach Short. He ended up getting traded to Detroit. It was an infielder. I think he was still down in South Bend. He got traded to Detroit. He's actually on the Compound podcast. That's how I kind of knew of him. But, boys, what are your thoughts on the moves the Cubs made today?
I like them. I'll be very honest. I don't think they gave up too much. Yeah, Zach Short's a nice little prospect, but Cameron May is a proven commodity. And is he going to be, something insane for him? Time will tell. Is he going to be Nick Castellanos? I doubt it. But, it's one of those, it's a low risk situation for the Cubs to be in. And then to pick up stuff, we've talked about the bullpen all year, man. And the bullpen has been, one of those sticking points. And, these guys aren't world burners by any stretch of the imagination. But at the same point, they didn't give up a ton to get these guys. And if they work out and they hit their ceilings, then they're going to be beneficial to the Cubs. But I think they picked up pieces that they need and didn't overspend on them. So I'm okay with that. Unlike the Padres.
Yeah. We'll get more into that. Gamer, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of expected moves like this. I think the 2 bullpen arms were really expected. I know for sure, though, that Chaffin, whatever is how you ever say his name, he is hurt right now. So we won't see him for a couple of weeks. So that's we'll have to see if we actually see him this year or not, because who knows what happens in that rehab. But I like the Jose Martinez trade. It gives you a bat, especially against lefties. He's been a guy who gets on base. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He's not a glove you want to put in the outfield, but it's a guy who's just going to hit. And they need that desperately right now, especially when you've got Caratini usually being the DH right now. I like Caratini, but he's not DH. He's not the quality you want there. The Maybin one is kind of weird to me. I don't know if I quite understand that one, but I guess it provides a better bat than Almora, and he can still play some late inning defense too. So
it's one of those things. He's better on offense, but he's not like crazy better. Like I said, I was not going to take confused by that one. It's just like we have a bunch of outfielders here.
Right. He's a guy I think you put up when maybe you want to DH Schwarber.
Yeah.
You let Maven play
Yeah.
play half and left. That's
He's
literally
basically
it.
He's a
That's
good
all-
outfielder. He's a good outfielder. I mean, reliable outfielder. But maybe just want a different, just try something different other than Almora. Like I said, he got sent down to South Bend. He's been trending down for a while now.
Maybe that tells you what his true value is out there because
they couldn't trade
if
they're willing to send him down, they were looking to trade him, and they just were not going to get anything remotely close to what they wanted. But the Cubs, on deadline day, they make some moves, and they help themselves a little bit. I don't think they're making any dramatic changes here. I think Jose Martinez may be probably the best player they got, maybe in the four of them, just because the way he can hit lefties, and with having that DH spot, it kind of sets up perfectly for him. And then Maven was kind of the big question mark. It was kind of confusing.
I mean, 244. It's better than whatever the hell Alberto was hitting.
I'm just happy Almora's down in South Bend. I've been off that train for a while. But and then the two lefties, I have no problems with new guys in the bullpen. Let's try something else.
Right.
And Andrew Chafin has an amazing mustache.
You didn't lose any prospects. You didn't lose anything big. So I think overall the Cubs did good on deadline day, and they are hopefully going to get some pieces that can maybe spark this offense.
And I think the piece they're going to spark it's going to be like Chris Bryant coming back and actually providing something. Like the spark is
maybe today
with their best four players. So hopefully Bryant comes back and you start getting more production out of him and Baez and Contreras. If that happens, then all these trades don't mean much anyway, because if those three can start carrying the team a little bit, then they're set.
That's very true. Like I said, Bryant may be back today. They don't know. Maybe the next few days. That'll be a nice addition to this lineup. A healthy Chris Bryant, because we knew before he went on the IL, he was trying to fight through it. So hopefully we see a whole different Chris Bryant out there on offense.
I sure hope so.
Let's hope so. Yeah. But the White Sox, they kind of stand pat with the roster. They don't make any moves on deadline day. I think they traded maybe a few days ago. The name is not coming to my head, but I think they traded for like an out.
Oh, they traded for Jared Dyson from the Pirates.
So that was one of the. I think it was like the only trade I can remember them making. They were in talks for Clevenger. They would have had to give up way too much for him. I as a White Sox,
they would have had to sell the farm.
If I was a White Sox fan, I would definitely not have wanted to do that. I think that the Padres gave up way too much for him. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Clevenger's worth it. They say he's the ace on the Indians. I don't know. I just think that the Indians were wanting to get rid of him, and they paid a lot to get him.
Yeah.
And I think
that shows just what he was like in the locker room, in the clubhouse there. They want to get rid of him that bad. They just shipped him out.
Because of the whole COVID thing, and when he went out, and then he came into the meeting, and they were saying a lot of older players, veteran players, kind of voiced that they kind of maybe want him off the team. So that was kind of why he was traded. But I still, like Boomy was saying, I don't think the Padres. It's just that's a hard trade to win.
Yeah, I commend the White Sox. They could have went out and given up, Andrew Vaughn, or even Michael Kopech, or even if they wanted to get crazy, if you want to even talk about one of the younger guys.
I heard Robert's name getting thrown around. If you'd be stupid, that guy is going to be a
Luis
superstar.
Robert is one of the best young hitters in the American League, and for the White Sox to stand pat and not make anything crazy. They like the team they have right now. And we've kind of talked about it in the last couple of weeks, is like their bullpen was and their starting rotation was kind of the thing that was bumbling them along, and they've really started to pick up in the last 2 weeks now. So they're pretty happy with where they're at, and they didn't feel that they needed to sell the farm. And if you would have to give up Andrew Vaughn and Michael Kopech to pick up a starter, that's a steep price to pay. And if you throw Robert in there, man, that's dangerous. So I commend the White Sox for staying in on this, and I think they're losing right now. But regardless, they're a good young team, and you don't need to wager the future. In for the way I look at it, what the Padres paid, if the White Sox were going to have to pay that, I don't think the risk would outweigh the reward on that end.
Yeah, and like the whole thing with Clevenger, you're getting traded from a team tied for first place, and they say you're the ace. Then what's that? There's something wrong there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no reason for the trade.
I would love to know if he would have gotten traded to the White Sox when the last time two teams tied for first place in the same traded.
Nuts.
That would have been nuts. Ace. I don't know if that's ever been done.
But overall, not that really exciting of a trade deadline. The Cubs made quite a bit of moves at the end.
I will play devil's advocate real quick though with the Sox, and I will say that this might be a year where they should just go for it all because the Yankees are not playing the way they were supposed to play this year. They've been down. The only team in the AL right now that's really been like on the rise with the White Sox has been the A's, and they don't have the money or resources really to go out and make these big moves. So this could be the year the Sox just go for it because who knows, next year the Yankees might be a lot better next year. So
and with that, like you didn't even have to go get Clevenger. You could have gotten something.
Yeah,
Lance Lynn or something like that. Which they ended up not even trading Lance Lynn. Which 3 days ago he was as good as traded. There wasn't a ton of big names. We talked about Mike Clevenger obviously, but like Starling Marte is the only other name that pops out. Jonathan VR, Robbie Ray, Kevin Pillar.
Marte played for the Diamondbacks.
What'd you say?
I forgot Marte was on the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, there was just some not a lot of names getting thrown out, not a lot of huge deals being done.
It's a weird year too. It's just there's more trades than I kind of expected to be going down.
Oh, I agree.
Especially with the Cubs.
Yeah.
But
especially at any point the season gets shut down, if there's a bad breakout again with a team, like who knows, they could just shut the whole season down, and then you just made all these acquisitions for nothing.
You do got to commend baseball. They're dealing with the COVID cases and just making it work.
They're sucking along.
They're making it
sucking
work.
along.
Yeah.
Tommy LaScella got traded to a contender.
Who?
He got traded from the last place Angels to the first place A's.
Good for Tommy.
Crazy the Angels are in last place.
They stink.
Which is just, you would look at their lineup and you would, I guess, they got Rendon, they got Trout. I mean,
they have no pitching.
Yeah. Because Ohtani is not pitching this year, right? He's just playing offense.
I don't think.
Yeah, he got hurt his first outing. Threw like 40 pitches in the first inning, and Joe Mad didn't pull him.
But the Cubs are back. They play the Pirates. They got John Lester on the mound. I think it goes Lester, Hendricks, and then most likely Darvish. So hopefully we can win 3 here against the Pirates. They're back at Wrigley. I'm pretty sure.
No.
They're not?
It's in Pittsburgh. No. And like you said, obviously the goal is to take the sweep, but take 2 out of 3, just keep chugging along, get some good outings, beat up on a bad team, and go at it from there.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but it would be nice to get a nice sweep here. Get back into the rhythm of just this team is bad. This Pirates team is bad. They just traded away even some of their okay players.
That's a good way to put it, Zach. That was very diplomatic of you.
I'm just trying to be nice to everybody. But Gamer, I need thoughts. Should the Bears sign Leonard Fournette? I think yes. I don't see why you wouldn't. I was kind of confused of why the Jaguars got rid of him. Was he struggling?
I've heard rumors, Zach, and I don't know if this is confirmed, but I've heard there's some character questions. I don't want to say, bad things, but that's just some of the things I've seen online. Something to think about.
Well, the Jaguars seem like they need some help, though. I mean, they're going to be.
Jaguars need a prayer book.
They're not going to be good. But I
think
won the
division,
Bears.
3 years ago, they have like one guy on that starting team left on offense.
Yeah, I saw somebody had a video of them when they're closeting. It's like Bortles, Allen Robinson, Nick Foles, Fournette. It's just like that's Jalen Ramsey. I'm like, damn,
David
that's sad.
Njoku.
That is
I think
sad.
The guys,
But to that point, also maybe at some point is it maybe something with the organization also. But I think the Bears, what they are at, David Montgomery going down the other day, it ended up not being bad. But if David Montgomery was hurt, what are you going to do the rest of the year? Like, you were kind of screwed. I think they should take a chance. I think that they should go out and get him.
See,
if the price is right.
I agree. My problem is, why would he want to come to Chicago to play for a coach who's not going to give him the ball? Like they're not going to run the ball. If you look at any of the updates from their training camp right now, it's all that Nagy hasn't changed. All they do is throw all over the place. Even though they have two quarterbacks who can't run their offense, and they still try to run this offense where they're just spreading the ball out, and that's not what the Bears are supposed to do. So if they did sign Fournette, that'd be great. I would love it, but you got to give him the ball, and
But
I
yeah,
don't think Nagy's willing to do that.
I think in a way you can make it work to the point where you got to know, like, they got to get their running game going to have teams not just defend the pass. You know what I mean? Like, they got to
agree.
get somebody out there that can – and I know what you mean. It's Matt Nagy's offense that they want to throw the ball. But at some point, they got to get somebody out there that is going to scare at a defense enough to not just hone in on the passing.
Right, and we said that last year too. But how many games did they actually
Sure.
do that? Like, how many games did he actually go out and say, "Hey, you know what? We're going to run the ball"?
I really do. I would have to say if Fournette's on this team, he's making this running back squad much better.
Yeah. I think if they sign him, I think that might force Nagy's hand a little bit to give him the
Because
ball.
I like Dave Montgomery. He's just
It'd be a power move.
he's not going to give you the speed. You know what I mean? And Fournette can give you that tough up the middle, but also that breakaway speed too.
Right.
Like we got
just grind out some
we have
4-yard.
We have two
runs.
running backs. One running back, Tariq Cohen. He could break down an offense. He can go out and just run past people. And then we got David Montgomery who runs up the middle and can give you those tough yards. It's like we just need to form our running backs together to really scare these defenses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
seems
with you.
like
I think using Cordell Patterson will also help this year. It's more the running back, getting him out. And like, there's just so many weapons they could use.
How old is Cordell Patterson?
He's got to be like
this wide receiver
30,
squad
right?
for the
31?
Bears has got to be one of the older ones in the league. We got Ted Ginn Jr. Yeah. We got Jimmy Graham. Allen Robinson's got to be up in his early 20s or late 20s.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Miller's young. I mean, we got a pretty. Who do we? Who's the guy from the Falcons that we had? Gabriel.
Taylor Gabriel. He was older.
He was older, but he's not on the team anymore, right?
No, he's out now. Forget where he went.
He didn't play much after he had the concussion problems last year.
Yeah, he had some issues last year on the field, even where he wasn't really producing when he was there.
But I am excited. I think that this tight end squad is going to be good. I think that Cole Kmet's going to be decent. And I think Jimmy Graham can be a piece.
Yeah, but you're not paying him to be a piece. You're paying him right now to be like a star, which is so annoying. Money, but yeah, I'm with you. Like, I think
Bears
that
got
tight
the
end
money.
group, there's talent there.
Cordell Patterson is 29 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Allen Robinson's 27, and who was the other one you had said? Ted Ginn is 35.
Well, and Jimmy Graham's got to be 30-something.
Jimmy Graham is 33.
33. Yeah, that's a pretty older wide receiver squad. But
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see who even our starting quarterback is. Boys, next Thursday we have NFL. We have the NFL next Thursday, boys. That is beautiful. That's honestly beautiful. I cannot wait.
Nice to hear.
So hopefully we'll see what the Bears do here in the next few days. Hopefully they make a move. But I'm getting excited for this Bears season. I think it's going to be a good one. I think we'll be able to at least contend for the division here. I think that I hate to say it, I just don't see the Lions being very good this year.
No, I don't think so either.
And I just don't see the Vikings having. I mean, their defense has gotten worse. I would have to say.
Now they did pick up an edge rusher from Jacksonville the other day. That's probably going to play a big part.
But still, at some point you can only rely. I mean, the Bears figured it out. They can only rely on your defense for so long.
Yeah, and
really
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk
if
Cousins
the Bears
stinks.
have an average offense, they're in the playoffs.
And they got
offense gets you the playoffs.
They have Thielen still, right?
Yes.
And then they got
but they do not have Stephon Diggs.
Okay, yeah, that's a big loss. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's probably your number one wide receiver. That was not being treated like a number one last year, and that's why he's not there. Because Kirk Cousins stinks. Let's move on. The NBA playoffs today. We had the Miami Heat upsetting the Bucks. I wouldn't say it's really an upset. I bet the Miami Heat +5.
I mean, it's definitely an upset. It's the 1 seed.
It is, but this Miami Heat team has, in the regular season, proven that they're a good team. And I think that this Bucks team has not proven that they can win like the big games and games they need to really in the last few years. So this is going to really test the Bucks because they lost. I think they lost by like 10 or something. But you love.
I know that Giannis almost had a triple double,
one
but
assist
he
away. He had 9 assists. But Jimmy Butler had a career high 40 points in the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to get more. I know, and I know I'm probably going to get beat up for this, but like, yes, he had 10 rebounds and 9 assists, but you got to have more than 18 points out of your leading scorer in a play. I mean, it's just simple as
especially
that. I'm not
team
trying
that
to
is not really that full of scorers.
Yeah, man. They got their leading scorer. Chris Middleton had 28, and Brook Lopez had 24. You got to get a little more production out of your MVP candidate.
And tonight we have Game 7. Is it tonight? Is it after? It's probably like. Is it the later game?
Tonight. Yep, tonight, late game.
We got Utah. We got Denver. This is going to be a good game. 2 young teams: Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, it's going to be fun. Game 7s are always fun, but I think it's going to be. Hopefully, we get a high-scoring, close game.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jamal Murray is so fun to watch. Like watching his highlights from his last 50-point game, he just gets to his spot so easily, and he makes it look effortless.
I'm like,
yeah,
what?
What is he on right now? Like, what is the bubble doing to him that he's being that good?
I think, as I said, he was playing well before, but it's I don't know. Maybe
not posting IG videos.
And Utah's one of those teams. They play a lot of those late games too, so sometimes you kind of miss some of those. Especially with like LeBron, you always know like what the Lakers are going to be doing, even though they play the late games. Utah kind of gets lost in the shuffle sometimes, but got a big game tonight. And then what else is today?
And I know we're recording this, as we're in the middle of this, but Game 6 is going on between the Rockets and the Thunder this week. And there's a slim chance if this stays close, we might get a Game 7 out of that series as well. So.
The Thunder have to win, right, to force a Game 7.
Yep.
Yeah, they're down 2 right now.
That's a scrappy team. A team that would not
they don't
think
quit, man.
Would be making a run against a Rockets team who they did just get Russell Westbrook back, so that's huge. But I hope.
I just don't think the Rockets are going to go very far.
So
I think they're losing the next round. I think the Clippers take them in like 5.
I think the Rockets kind of realize like, we have to build a good team around Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Like they got Capella, but like other than that, it's not like they just don't.
No, they traded
Capella.
They traded Capella.
Yeah, they play small ball.
So then they have
He's
nothing.
in Atlanta.
I mean, it's literally just spot up shooters.
Yeah,
with those guys, and those shooters aren't even that good.
Yeah.
And you can't win that way in the playoffs by just shooting it. Like the Warriors were on a different level.
And they played
that's a completely different monster.
You know what I mean? Like their big men were probably averaging 5 to 7 points a game, but that's not going to happen a lot on superstar. They had Kevin Durant and freaking Stephen Curry. Did you guys have any chance listen to the Kevin Love interview on PMT?
I've got it downloaded. I haven't got to it yet.
Good. I mean, the way he was like, imagine the best team in the league gets another MVP. Like, and you have to go play them. And
I'm a big fan of Kevin Love.
It's a really good interview. And like you can just kind of he's a really down-to-earth guy. Especially with how much fucking money he's just made. These NBA players, dude, it is crazy.
NBA money's crazy money, dude.
It is crazy money. Boomy.
If only we were like a foot taller, we could all be making that money right now.
I don't know.
Probably not.
I said for me, I would need some more athletic ability, maybe, not just height. But boys, Boomy, you got a wacky web story for us.
I would. I'm going to preface this that I would never laugh at a woman beating up her own dad. But this case, I've got to bring this up because Nicole Dozius, a 40-year-old woman from Pinellas County in Florida, was arrested Sunday afternoon for allegedly battering her elderly father, a 59-year-old man, at their home in Largo near Tampa Bay at about 2 a.m. But she gave her reason as to why she decided to physically assault her dad, and she could not take any more of his farting.
Hey, honestly, can you blame her if it's that bad?
I mean, it says police arrived and found the 59-year-old man with a bloody left eye and scratches on his neck. The police said the two shared a bedroom in the home, which I don't even want to get into that.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. But anyway, she told the officer she simply just became angry due to the flatulent. He kept farting and waking her up because they share the same bedroom. But yeah, I mean, if I can just imagine this guy, and I believe in 2018 she was arrested for punching her sister in the head. So this woman obviously has. But yeah, you don't fart on this lady.
Well, but hey,
okay.
This just shows if you think it's just funny to be farting in public and stuff, guess what? People get mad.
Not even that, like,
but sometimes
in the same, like, small confined, I'm assuming, trailer room that, if I'm looking at this picture correctly, they probably share a very small room in a single wide trailer.
Not even thinking about the home life.
But man, can you imagine? Just think about how gross those farts were that you drove a grown adult to start a fist fight, a physical altercation with you. How gross are your farts? What do you eat? 3 cans of beans a day and just chug milk?
Also,
what are you doing?
It has to be egg farts. It has to be egg farts.
Guy, if they're that bad, you can't leave them inside. You might.
Yeah,
you can't just hold farts in all day.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine what this guy's diet is.
Make him go outside.
He's just hammering eggs and cheese and God knows what, just ripping them. Because you have to have some real nasty farts to lead an adult to physically strike
His diet is just hard-boiled eggs. That's just literally all.
Hard-boiled eggs and refried beans. That's it.
Oh my goodness gracious! That's a wacky web story there, Boomy. Good job.
That is a wacky web story. That's the first assault via farting that we've covered.
This is the first arrest over farts. Not the last, though, most likely.
I'd be willing to bet if the state of Florida continues to exist.
Let's just say it's probably not the first case in Florida.
No.
Well, boys, anything post-show? Anything for us?
Congrats to the Goys winning golf league tonight.
Yep, congrats. You got the green jackets. P-Goy got
green jacket, gold jacket.
They got a green jacket, right?
Yeah, so it's a line from.
I know, but it was dark. I couldn't see if maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, I think I would assume they're green, but yeah. So they won Monday Night Golf League tonight. So congrats to our guy P-Goy.
Oh yeah, congrats.
Has a baby on Friday. Wins golf league on Monday.
It's a hell of a week.
Gameboy, how have you been? It's been a while since we've had you on.
Has been a while since May, but I've been just chugging along, just trying to enjoy my summer.
Miss sports.
Getting back to work now, and it's nice to have some sports to watch every day now. But just every day is a new adventure right now.
Yeah, this all this shit going on.
It's better than the last 5 months where every day was the same.
Yeah. It was the exact same.
Groundhog's Day every morning.
That's why I think August flew by so quickly, just because we just had stuff at least going on. You didn't just go home every night and have nothing to do. But let's keep the good vibes going into September. Hopefully, just keeps getting better and better here. Thank you to Gameboy at TCF Gameboy on Twitter and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Go on to Instagram, follow the Typical Chicago Fans Instagram page, and then go to Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and like us over there. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page, Typical Chicago Fans page. We got put over our morning shows, podcasts, local legend interviews that we'll be doing on our podcast. We'll be putting them out separately. We put all of our interviews out separately on our YouTube page. Also, we do food reviews. So go subscribe to the YouTube page, and then wherever you get your podcast from. Apple, subscribe, rate, review. Spotify, follow us on there, and Spreaker. Shout out Boomy's uncles. And then 26shirts.com Chicago. We got our beautiful shirts on here. I got the North Side Boomy's got Chicago Hockey. If you want some shirts just like this, go over there. Buy some of them at checkout. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will get 15% off. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans. At checkout, type it in, and you will get 15% off of your purchase over at 26shirts.com Chicago. It's been a long day, boys. We did a lot of golfing, Boomy. We did a lot of golfing today.
We did play one.
Like I said, the last night of the league, shout out to Pigoy for winning the league, him and his father. Me and Boomy were probably a close 10th.
Yeah, we probably finished top 10. I'm not somewhere in there. And I'm not going to look at this, but yeah, we'll say we had a top 10 finish.
The beer all tasted the same, winning or losing. That's all I got to say.
Amen.
A good day, like I said, the good day on the golf course beats a bad day. Oh, no, bad day on the golf course beats a good day at work. Is it what it is?
A bad day at golf beats a
good day doing anything else.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, there you go. Way
to bring up a saying and not even fucking know it. All right, let's end it there, boys. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Tuesday, September 1st. We love you all.
Peace.